Following another historic treble, Bayern Munich have once again proved that they are the team to beat in all the worlds where football is the focal point of people's daily lives. The Bavarian giants dithered a little in the beginning of the 2019-20 campaign. They fired Niko Kovac and brought in Hansi Flick. It was widely believed that the Germans might struggle to retain their title for the umpteenth time. However, Bayern Munich returned to their usual dominating selves soon after and ended up retaining the league title as the likes of Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig and Schalke 04 offered little to no resistance. In the last few years, the Bavarians have fallen short in their quest to dominate European football. Pep Guardiola arrived at the Allianz Arena a few years ago to help the team lift the Champions League trophy. However, it just wasn't to be. But under Flick, the Bavarians blew apart their opponents and finally exorcised their Champions League demons. The dismantling of Barcelona was perhaps the highlight of Bayern Munich's season. It was clear to see that the Germans had all the tools they needed to down a team that's dominated Europe in the last decade. And now that the 2020-21 Bundesliga campaign has kicked off, it'd be surprising if they struggled to win yet another title. The game against bitter rival Schalke was never going to be an easy one, but Bayern Munich simply made a meal of it and ended up doing yet another demolition job. They scored 8 unanswered goals at the Allianz Arena. In the last 5 games in all competitions, Bayern Munich have scored 24 goals, which is a stat that truly makes us shudder. So why would the game against Schalke have been any different? Goals simply kept flowing. Serge Gnabry scored a hat-trick while Leon Goretzka, Robert Lewandowski, Thomas Müller, Jamal Musiala and new boy Leroy Sane scored a goal each. Musiala showcased a lot of promise, with the 17-year-old scoring a goal in only his second senior appearance for the reigning Bundesliga champions. All this happened on the day when Thiago Alcantara officially left the Allianz Arena to sign for Liverpool. It's quite evident that this Munich team does not rely on individual brilliance, which is why the 29-year-old's departure is unlikely to throw a spanner in their aspirations for the current campaign. This was a dominating and impressive win and offers us some good evidence with regard to how the Bavarians are going to be like this season. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live. Sane, who was playing his first game, ended up scoring a goal, provided 2 assists and had 5 key passes. Bayern Munich have been chasing the young winger for quite a while, and now we know why they were so desperate to take him from Man City. It was quite funny to see HSV Hamburg's Twitter account, where they pointed out that they were getting hammered by the German giants way before it actually became a trend. We were getting hammered by Bayern before it was cool, just saying. Schalke's social media had already thrown in the towel, knowing that they were probably facing one of the greatest teams to have ever been assembled in the game's history. 8. The current Bayern Munich front three of Gnabry, Sane and Lewandowski is not just impressive, it is a frightening prospect for any team on the planet. In the same game, Thomas Müller ended up scoring his 200th competitive goal for the club. Lewandowski scored his 163rd Bundesliga goal and surpassed Karl-Heinz Rummenigge's haul of 162. However, the Pole has a mountain to climb if he wants to better Gerd Muller's record of 365 goals. While the former Borussia Dortmund man might not be getting any younger, it's clear that Bayern Munich already have a plan for the future. Jamal Musiala is a talented player, but the team's development squad also boasts some truly talented players who are likely to become stars of tomorrow. If you thought that Bayern Munich's senior side is in the business of wrecking things up, well, we've got news for you. Former player Martin Demichelis is in charge of the under-19 team, and the Argentine led them to their first win of the 2020-21 campaign. The young Bayern Munich stars put 8 goals past SSV Ulm. Christopher Scott ended up scoring a hat-trick, while the likes of Jamie Lawrence, Luka Denk, Maman Sanyang, Armindo Sieb and Torben Rhein scored a goal each. In the coming weeks, there will be a lot of focus on Leroy Sane. The youngster was apparently not fully fit on his debut, but still managed to hit a top speed of 34.8 km per hour, making him the fastest player on the pitch. Now imagine if he was fully fit. After spending 12 months on the shelf due to a cruciate ligament injury, Sane has gotten even better, and his link-up play with the likes of Lewandowski, Müller and Gnabry was excellent. All 4 interchanged quite a lot throughout the game, which is something that we might get used to seeing on a regular basis. According to Who Scored, in addition to his goal and 2 assists, Sane finished the match with a total of 34 touches on the ball, 5 key passes, 2 shots on target, 2 dribbles completed, and received an overall rating of 9.7 out of 10. Serge Gnabry was Bayern's only player that received a higher rating than Sane, scoring a perfect 10 out of 10, securing his hat-trick. Sane quite easily could have scored more than 1 goal, but he was constantly getting into dangerous areas for Bayern and was a constant outlet for the quick balls out of the defence and the midfield. Against sides that play more open against Bayern, Sane will really be able to utilise his ability to quickly dash into open spaces and put Bayern on the front foot. This constant rotation really confused the Schalke defenders, who, to put it simply, were at 6s and 7s. The game started with Gnabry on the left, Müller in the middle and Sane on the right. However, throughout the game, we saw Sane moving into the middle, with Müller taking his place on the right, or at times, Sane would drift to the left and Gnabry would move to the right. Such tactics make it difficult for even the best defenders to settle into their rhythm. Such disruptive forwards are always going to be dangerous, and out of all the teams in Europe, Bayern Munich have proven themselves to be the most effective in this regard. While Müller really gets enough plaudits, the Raumdeuter simply puts his head down and gets on with the job. The experienced forward was always there to put opposing players under pressure and was leading by example. You could see him shouting at his teammates in order to maintain a high press. Müller is one of the most energetic players in Europe, and during the closing stages of the encounter, he settled in front of Bayern's back four. This allowed the substituted players to enjoy enough space. Following Thiago Alcantara's departure, Joshua Kimmich has been given the number 6 shirt, and the German once again played the whole 90 minutes and kept making accurate passes like he normally does. He boasted a 97% passing accuracy and made 65 passes, which is a phenomenal number in any league. He had 2 assists to his name as well. Serge Gnabry is getting better with time. The one-time Arsenal player has found his niche at Bayern Munich and looks a safe bet to wear Franck Ribéry's number. The young winger is a joy to watch, and his link-up play with Sane is phenomenal. These two men are definitely going to try and recreate the iconic Robbery partnership. Arjen Robben and Ribéry paired up at the Allianz Arena to devastating effect and helped the club to a lot of success, and the Frenchman has also backed the 2 youngsters to replicate their success. As a result of Thiago's departure to Liverpool, some of Bayern's squad numbers have changed, and Gnabry has switched from 22 to 7, so now he and Sane wear the same kit numbers as Ribéry and Robben, 7 and 10. After the win over Schalke, Ribéry took to WhatsApp to offer his praises for Sane and Gnabry by typing the message "Sanabri," followed by the flexing bicep emoji. Now, we know that replicating the Ribéry-Robben era is going to be a Herculean task, but based on the recent evidence, the 2 players can do that. There was a lot of anticipation when Sane finally arrived at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich have been chasing him desperately and never once gave up on their pursuit. Now, the decision to openly chase their prime target seems very reasonable. Gnabry and Sane have big boots to fill for sure, but based on how they've performed so far, who better than this duo to do that? Clearly, Bayern Munich are unlikely to be stopped by any team this season. They're scoring goals for fun, have an amazing squad, and could recruit a few more players. Ajax youngster Serginho Dest has been linked with them alongside Barcelona youngster Riqui Puig. These 2 players would add a lot of depth and long-term quality into the squad. Meanwhile, the likes of RB Leipzig and Borussia Dortmund are also looking good. However, are these 2 teams good enough to end Bayern's supremacy in the league? To begin with, Leipzig might struggle to repeat antics of the previous season where Timo Werner was scoring goals for fun. The striker's departure to Chelsea is going to hurt them a little, and they don't really have a striker who can score at such a freakish rate. Dortmund have a young squad. Gio Reyna scored an opening day goal, while Erling Braut Haaland scored twice. The Norwegian is definitely going to score a lot of goals this season. Jude Bellingham is likely to have an impressive season, but at his age you can't expect him to be a world beater. Jadon Sancho has stayed at the club so far, and the young Englishman might not be around if Manchester United decide to fall to the trappings of desperation and pay the German club the full amount of the player's valuation. Bayer Leverkusen have lost the services of Kai Havertz and don't really have any player in their squad who could walk into Bayern's starting 11. It's fair to say that at this point in time, no team in Germany is ready to go toe-to-toe with Bayern. Flick's side is complete, have great depth and sufficient budget to make a few more additions. In Europe, it remains to be seen if the likes of PSG, Real Madrid, Man City or Liverpool will have enough talent to challenge the Bavarians. Munich might have lost Thiago, but despite his departure, we simply can't find any weakness in their squad.